Welcome back, everyone. POW Ponder on Weather here. In this update, we're going to be tracking our next storm system that we need to watch closely because it continues to slow down. Let's take a look at the overall satellite picture on the big overview this morning. You can see out in the open waters of the Caribbean, they are experiencing some really nice weather out there. There's the same system that brought all the ice down here into the mid-south last week. That is safely out into the open waters of the Atlantic now. Now all eyes turn to off the west coast, where we have that developing trough in our next storm system that is bringing some showers along the coastal regions and some snows in the Intermountain West. But you can see as this lift mechanism gets a little bit closer, it's already pulling out some instability out here in the Pacific. That will stream across and set the stage for our developing storm by midweek. So let's take a look at the setup and how all this is going to unfold as this continues to dive down through tomorrow into tomorrow night. Here's the water vapor transport energy to the northwest side of there. That's where we'll have the snows really break out. Into the south of there, we'll have some heavier rains and even some flooding rains. This can't be ruled out in portions of eastern Texas and southeastern Oklahoma and portions of Arkansas. And just to the south of there, yes, we have to be concerned about more severe storms breaking out on Tuesday into your Wednesday time frame. So let's take a look at the temperature this morning, because where's all the Arctic air at? It went back up into Canada. It's still cold. It's downright bone chilling cold up there. 25, 36 below zero, 27 below in Alaska this morning. But notice out in the lower 48, there's actually not one temperature below zero, as the true Arctic air has lifted back north. Yeah, it really bottomed out in Boston over the weekend. It hit 10 below zero, and then the following day it went all the way up to 51. That was a 61 degree swing. So we had some crazy weather as of late, and that was the biggest swing in 36-hour period that they've ever actually experienced. So if you are new to the channel and like detailed weather breakdowns on North America, hit the subscribe button and you're in. You get all my daily content on this channel. It's also important to hit the like button as well. It definitely helps out more than you know. And today is the giveaway day. I'm going to be giving away one of these Tempest Weather Flow weather stations. I've done this every couple of weeks now, but I'll be doing another one today. So in order to be a part of the drawing, you have to like the video, you have to comment, and the keyword today is snow. So you have to leave the word comment snow in the comments to be a part of the drawing, and then you must be a subscriber to the channel. And I'll be doing a random drawing and be announced on tomorrow's video, so stay tuned for that. If you'd like to purchase one of these WeatherFlow Tempest weather station at the pretty big discount, actually $40 off using this code BESTWX and free shipping, I'll have the link in the description below, and you can follow it here as well to be able to purchase one of these WeatherFlow Tempest weather stations. So, but I also started a second channel. I've done a couple of videos, and I'll probably do another one this afternoon on POW Ponder Ultra. This is designed for short range weather analysis and more educational content. So you can check me out there at POW Ponder Ultra, and also have the link below. So be sure to subscribe to that channel as well. So let's really delve into the details and take a look at the overall 500 millibar wind speed. That's the low pressure center that we'll be tracking come Tuesday afternoon, as this really starts to dig down into New Mexico. That's going to be dragging down some of this colder air, and the latest indications, this actually continues to slow down. And what I mean by that is whenever that happens, that taps into some more moisture, taps into more instability, and just creates, higher, water content in the atmosphere to produce heavier rains and heavier snows with this particular setup. So here's the concern as we move through Tuesday, and this is a marginal risk for some severe storms further to the south. Same places they have seen it down here in Victoria, down here into the Houston area, and say portions of the Baton Rouge area as far north as maybe say in the Waco area, have to be concerned about some larger hail potentially with these storms, some higher wind gusts of the 60-mile-per-hour variety, and you definitely can't roll out an isolated tornado, heading into Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night time frame. But further to the north, yeah, it's all about the heavier rain. In fact, the Weather Prediction Center has highlighted kind of a bullseye here where we could be looking at some flash flooding setup as well. So all these areas in green, you're looking at a potentially 1 to 2 inches of rainfall, essentially from Tuesday morning through Wednesday morning. And these areas from Victoria to the Houston Metroplex, down into Waco, into Tyler, into Little Rock, all the way to Springfield, into the Oklahoma City area. But where these areas are into the yellow zone, that's where you could be looking at 2, possibly 3 inches. Can't even roll out maybe 4 inches of rainfall with this slowing system. So it does include portions of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, especially into East Texas, Northeast Texas, into southeastern Oklahoma, getting into northwestern Arkansas. Those areas are more susceptible to see these training bands, and the highest rain amounts are going to be on your Tuesday night time frame. But there's the setup into Tuesday afternoon, so you can actually see this particular setup. So I say northwest, yeah, here's the demarcation line where that lift mechanism is tapping into some of those warmer waters, some of those warmer higher dew points. The snow's starting to break out into portions of New Mexico that will stream across the far extreme portions of the Texas Panhandle and stream across portions of far western Oklahoma and through Kansas as we get deeper into the overnight hours and heading into Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon time frame. So there's the upper level low where it could potentially be by the time we get into Wednesday morning. So it's set up shop right there in portions, northwestern portions of Oklahoma. And underneath that, that's where we have that severe storms to break out. So it has shifted out of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex of the heavier rains. Now they're just kind of in a lighter variety. Now the heavier rains have moved on, and the severe storms have moved on as well. And those get extended in, say, the Louisiana area, into the Mississippi area, portions of Arkansas as well. To the northwest side of there, it's all about the snows that will continue to intensify as we get deeper into the day on Wednesday, but especially into your Thursday time frame. So here's the setup on the latest NAM as far as the temperatures go. You can see where it drags down that colder air. You can see where the warm sector is, right? As we head through Wednesday morning, this is the area that can be concerned on Wednesday, with your severe storms potentially breaking out into the afternoon time frame. And then right along this boundary on the northwest side of there, that's where the snow will be flying into these regions, because the temperatures will be cold enough to snow. But to the southeast side of there, that's the severe storms that we have to be concerned about. So it's in far extreme portions of Texas on Tuesday, but in Wednesday it definitely starts to get expanded into more portions of Louisiana, into Arkansas, into Mississippi, even portions of western Tennessee. Maybe can't be ruled out of some severe storms as we head into your Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night time frame. There is the setup on Monday, Wednesday morning, right? So you got the northwest side, snow breaking out into the Texas Panhandle, northwestern portions of Oklahoma. There's the low pressure center as it comes out of Texas and feeds and starts tapping into some of these higher dew points into Louisiana, into Arkansas, maybe southern portions of Missouri as it continues to shift east deeper into the day. But here's the setup going into Wednesday night. So I put the cloud cover on here too as well. So you can see the areas that are darker shaded in blue. That's an indication where you're going to be seeing clouds in your area. And then there's the setup with the upper level low. As this really starts to deepen and maximizing, it's going to start increasing the snow amounts as too. So these areas could pick up some 1 inch per hour snowfall rates by the time we get into your Wednesday night time frame, in eastern portions of Kansas, getting into northwestern portions of Missouri, heading into Iowa by then, as this really starts to intensify, swinging through Iowa, swinging through maybe far extreme portions of Illinois here, but especially into Wisconsin as it swings up into the upper peninsula here with some very heavy snows really breaking out as this really fishtails and kind of has a squall line moving across eastbound as we get deeper into the overnight, heading into Thursday morning time frame. But then we'll have a kicker system. We'll have a kicker system on the backside as the jet stream buckles a little bit more going into Friday morning. As it digs, it's going to be dragging down a quick shot of colder air. So it's going to feel like winter again for parts of the south again, as a quick shot of Arctic air. I mean, not really technically Arctic in nature, but it's a quick shot of colder air as you wake up into on Friday morning. Here's the wind chill. So it's going to feel a lot like winter again, back into the upper 20s and around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, back down to freezing as far as it feels like temperatures in and around the Austin area. Teens, 20s in the Oklahoma. So yeah, this is a quick shot as the jet stream buckles. It'll pull down some of that colder air and bring you back to winter type standards for portions of the southern region. So, but as we go into Friday afternoon, you can see where the blue lines are, right? That's a quick shot of colder air. So it's going to be a chilly day in Oklahoma and parts of Texas here, where that shot of colder air where the blue lines are. Even in Louisiana and Arkansas, it's dry behind that front. But where they're going to have the kicker is we're going to have a secondary low pressure center starting to form in portions of Kentucky. So in the northwest sides of there, that's where the snows are going to be flying into portions of Indiana, Illinois, portions of Missouri. You'll get some backside snow from this particular setup. More snows will start to unfold into portions of Wisconsin. And then there's that squall line that will move across on the southern side with more rain for portions of the Florida Panhandle, into Georgia area, into the Carolinas, as well as this races across. And then as it does on the backside, as that colder air continues to remain in place, it'll drag down and increase the lift mechanism to bring some more snow showers into these regions of Ohio, and maybe even some higher snows, so maybe some heavier snows, especially along the lakes here and around the Cleveland area. Those areas will start to get some possibly heavy snow as we head into your portions of Saturday morning, as this continues to move across into the east. But check out these temperatures of the sea surface anomalies. I mean, this is really warm, guys. I mean, this is an indication. Check out where the most intense sea surface temperatures are. They're right along the coast. So this stands to reason. As you have systems come across, it pulls in some of that elevated water vapor and just dumps it inland, right? So this is going to increase the temperatures right along the coast. So when you start getting up here into the Northeast, and why they really haven't had that snow around the I-95 corridor, well, it taps into these higher sea surface temperatures, and it has these higher, water vapors pull right along the coastal regions, and it's very difficult into snow. You got to really to cool these waters down, or you're still going to get that rain, set up into the I-95 corridor. So yeah, this is 7 days out, so I wouldn't put too much stock in this, that this is actually going to make it to the coastline. My bet's it won't, but this is probably going to be more of an interior type setup and keeps the snows into the interior regions while we have seen it. Even if this does come to fruition up here in the Northeast, it's only maybe a dusting or two, along the I-95 corridor, but the time this rapidly pulls off and lifts out by then. But this won't be until next, this upcoming Sunday, which is still a ways off. Right? So but here's the setup as the system kind of slows down in the mid part of the country. So we have the setup coming in from the trough, right? So we got the trough coming in. It really doesn't start to dig until it taps into some of these highest sea surface anomalies of the Gulf of Mexico. So as soon as that lift, everything comes together, then that's where the precipitation anomalies really come to fruition, and some of the heavier rain amounts will come as well. So this is the area of kind of bullseye, if you will, that could be looking at potentially some flooding rains, isolated flooding rains as well. The latest European actually has it even slowing down further. So I'm kind of leaning towards this, because every update has actually slowed down further. So what that does is, obviously, it's able to tap into some of these warmer temperatures longer and pull in more moisture. So that just adds to the instability for the severe weather. It adds to the rain amounts, and it adds to the snow amounts. So that would be increasing in amounts because of the system overall is overall slowing down. So I'll continue to update you on this system as the week gets deeper into the week. So I appreciate you guys following. Do like this video, definitely hit the subscribe button. Catch me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I definitely upgrade on those platforms as well. And catch me in the next update where I protect you before and after the storm.